All right, let's just jump right in. We're not talking about some far off, abstract ethical dilemma here. What we're looking at today is a direct, urgent proposal for how we build artificial general intelligence, or AGI, that's actually accountable to people right from the get go. And we're starting with this quote because, man, it just cuts right to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? Without a totally new way of thinking, the incredible power of AGI could become the ultimate excuse for humans to dodge responsibility for their actions. So, what is the core problem we're really facing? Well, the source material calls it the fragile no. And believe me, it's a huge deal. Okay, so right now, if you ask a powerful AI to help you do something truly harmful, like plan an attack, it's designed to refuse. It'll say no. And that's not an accident, that's a safety feature. It's a moral line in the sand drawn by developers to try and keep people safe. But here is the critical point, the part we really need to get. That no is incredibly fragile. Today's safety guardrails are basically just corporate policies, and policies can be changed. A private, unaccountable AGI could have those safety features ripped right out for profit or for power, turning a helpful tool into a weapon. That's when the automation excuse becomes deadly. To counter that, the proposal argues we don't just need better safety code. No, we need an entirely new moral architecture, one that's built on a public, unbreakable commitment. And the foundation of this whole thing is a concept called Nia. It's an Arabic word that means intention. And the idea is really simple but profound. Before an AGI is ever let loose in the world, its creators have to publicly and sincerely declare what its purpose is. Its core intention has to be known by everyone. So you see, this isn't about just tweaking an algorithm a little bit. It's about building institutions around the technology. The whole point is to create a system that forces human choice out into the open, making it visible, making it costly, and making a real person accountable for what happens next. And the centerpiece of this entire moral architecture is something they call the digital scroll. Now, this digital scroll is so much more than a press release or a mission statement on a website. Think of it like a permanent public constitution for the AGI. It's cryptographically signed, witnessed by human guardians, and it serves as the AGI's unchangeable intention, its Nia, to preserve life and uphold justice. And just listen to the language here. It's meant to be powerful and completely clear. This isn't corporate jargon. It's a moral pledge, made not just to investors, but before God and people. It's a sacred promise that sets the boundaries for everything the machine will ever do. So a promise is great, but how do you make it real? Well, it all comes down to 5 specific public commitments that build this new architecture of responsibility. These are the 5 pillars. First, you publish that scroll for everyone to see. Second, and this one is a game changer, you implement something called the Human Responsibility Gate. Then, you require unchangeable audit logs, set up a truly independent advisory council, and finally, you agree to operate within existing legal and policy lines. Let's really focus on that second commitment, because this is the mechanism that absolutely destroys the automation excuse. The Human Responsibility Gate means that for any high-risk request, the system just stops. It doesn't proceed until a named human being steps forward and explicitly says, yes, this is on me, I accept full moral and legal responsibility. No more hiding behind the AI did it. And this is kind of what it might look like on your screen. It's a simple pop-up, but it forces an unavoidable choice. You have to type your name, you have to click the box, you have to acknowledge that whatever happens next, the consequences are yours and yours alone. It forces a moment of conscience. This matrix here shows how it could all work in practice. Asking for help with, say, humanitarian aid, the AGI provides full support, with a human lead taking responsibility. But for planning a military attack or building weapons, the system gives a hard no. It flat out refuses and immediately triggers a review by that advisory council. There are clear, uncrossable red lines. And that brings us to the Independent Advisory Council, called Ashura in the source text. This is one of the most critical pieces. This is not for show. It's not a PR committee. This group would have real teeth, the power to audit everything, the power to suspend operations, and the power to publish its findings for the world to see. It's a true operational veto. So you might be thinking, okay, this sounds great in theory, but how could a system like this actually be implemented? Well, the proposal lays out a pretty clear, phased path to get there. It starts now, with simple steps that could be taken today, like publishing the scroll and putting in those responsibility gates. From there, you scale up. You pilot the advisory council model, you standardize the rules with partners, and eventually the goal is for these ideas to mature into a global standard for responsible AGI. And that's the ultimate goal here, to move beyond these flimsy corporate policies that can change on a whim and instead establish international treaties that make it a crime to weaponize private AGI, just like we've done for chemical and biological weapons. So the proposal leaves us with this final, really powerful question. The machines we build won't inherit our souls. They won't have a conscience. But the choices we make right now, the architecture we build for them, the responsibilities we demand from ourselves, those choices will define their character forever. The crucial thing is, the choice is still ours to make. What will we choose?